So today we have probably the most insane, disgusting PC I have ever seen in the 15 years of doing PC builds and flips and stuff. This is a budget system. It's not gonna be a crazy system or anything like that, but they have a newer RX 580.
And what I mean by newer is not subjected to the torture the rest of the computer went through.
This is clean, perfectly fine, and repasted. It's the rest of the components in here that we're gonna look at. So let me just take this back panel off to give you guys a little glimpse as to how bad this PC is. First glance, you'll think that this is an 011, but it's actually some sort of knockoff brand. You can see the real cheap chintzy stuff here. Also, if you look closely there, you're gonna notice a lot of yellow, and that yellow is from cigarette smoke. And you're gonna see it pretty much all over the case. Right when we pop this back panel off here, it's very evident. As you can tell, really, really bad. I'm not even gonna touch this. This is like one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. The front's really bad too. Wait till you see the AIO. But yeah, the idea is we have to clean this computer out. I don't wanna do it anywhere near my house, so I actually just went out and bought an extension cord so I could bring this further away. But yeah, let's take a look at the front in just a second here.
By the way, if you guys are enjoying content like this, drop a like and subscribe.
All right, so here we have the front, and as you can tell, just as disgusting. Actually, let me change my f-stop a little bit here so you guys get a better idea of how disgusting it is. So all of that is gonna be cigarette smoke buildup on the fans. And then this gunk that's in here is probably gonna be from an animal, probably a dog or something, but these fan blades are actually not black or gray. They're supposed to be white. Also, if we look at this AIO, you can see up here, it's a little bit hard to see, but I'll show you guys some close-ups with my phone as well. You're gonna see a lot of discoloration and yellowing. And this is not even a super old computer, and that's the concerning part. This is a Z590, so, you know, I've seen really gross computers that are like 35 years old, but never have I seen one like this disgusting that's actually new. Oh, that does not look good right there. That RGB header is totally bent. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get some gloves on, and we're gonna start cleaning this thing up.
So as I started to use this blower, I realized that nothing was coming off. This cigarette smoke, the tar that's in the tobacco, and then whatever animal was in the house or whatever was happening there that was so dirty, created a complete glue-like situation where every piece of dirt will glue to everything on the PC, in the PC, etc. This means alcohol, not the type that you drink. Julian. But the type that you spray is going to be the only way I can get all of this crap off, and I'm going to have to like literally douse this entire PC like crazy. This is going to be a long thing.
All right, so I want to give you guys a little bit of a kind of breakdown. I did try to blow out a lot of the dirt. I'm not sure exactly where I'm at in the video so far, but basically, yeah, this thing is borderline unusable. I'm gonna try to save this AIO. The problem is that the cigarette smoke, the cigarette gunk buildup is so disgusting. Like if you look closely here, this is quite literally tar. As for the PC case, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm gonna hit it with a bunch of alcohol and see what happens. But for the most part, like, this is gonna take a while. Like I might even have to soak this in water for a day or two. I don't even know where to put these parts because I don't want to bring them in my house, but let's just see if I can at least get this case cleaned up first. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. This took me a lot longer than I made it look on camera. Probably about an hour in now, just getting all this gunk off. That's all the disgusting towels, but I think it does look pretty good. There are a few spots I'm still gonna hit again in a little bit. I'm just waiting for it to dry up. The top panel and the rear panel are good. Gotta do the glass, and then it's gonna be on to this stuff. And I think I'm gonna take a little break and then come back, but you guys won't see a stop in your footage because magic. Disgusting, disgusting. I've never seen. I don't know how I'm gonna clean that white up there. That's crazy. If I had a choice, it would go in this trash bin. All right, guys, so I have the board in the sink. I've actually cleaned the sink out. There is still a little bit of water that just dripped out. It was a blooper. Maybe you'll see it at the end, but let's check out this SSD really quick because it looked like it was super loose. And we'll see what's going on with that. Yep, and it's like literally crooked. So we'll take that out so we can clean it. We don't need to clean this. We got a 1 terabyte Kingston. So we're not gonna use water. Again, we're gonna use just alcohol and a little brush. Now I'm gonna leave the CPU in just to protect the socket for now, but we'll take that out after. Also, the reason why that NVMe was slipping out was because they left this film on here. And as you can see, it heated up enough where it started to like burn through the film. It was like wearing it down. But this, you need to take this off when you build a PC. I had to make a decision if I was gonna save these fans, and I decided that the fans are just so bad and some of them barely spin because of the gunk buildup. So I am gonna try to save the AIO, even though it looks disgusting. I think we can save it. I'm gonna use water, just tap water. Also, look at this, another tab. This is actually the warning label that you need to peel off the block. So this person, whoever built this PC, I hope this wasn't you, Mel, basically left all these tabs, and you can see how burned up this got over the years. It was trying to keep it cool as best as it could. But yeah, let's see if we can get this thing cleaned up.
So I don't want to exaggerate this, but this might have been the longest process out of all things. I think this probably took me about 3 to 4 hours total to get this AIO in an acceptable place.
So honestly, I'm having a lot of trouble with this. So I'm gonna actually clog the sink, or fill the sink hole, and see if I can put some Goo Gone on, and maybe that'll do a little trick. Alright guys, this is taking a ton of time. I mean, this is... I don't know if I should keep going, but I'm going to for the sake of the video. I'm throwing out the fans. I'm going to try to keep this. I have an idea for the tubes because they're going to be so dirty looking. So I think I'm going to wrap the tubes in some string wrap or maybe even
So at this point in the video, I'm a little confused as to who owns this computer. But my friend actually got it as a trade-in deal for other computers. He sells computers as well, so I guess it's going back to him. So I told him I'm just going to spray paint this and make it look a lot better. So unfortunately, this power supply was sticky all over the place. No matter what I did, there was so much stickiness. It was disgusting. I took it all apart. I got it as clean as I could inside. I had to cut the TechFlex or TechFlex, whatever it's called, that goes around the EVGA power supply. And I did a pretty good job of cutting it up and cleaning it up, but unfortunately I did end up cutting a wire. Luckily, I have soldering skills a little bit, not great, but they're good enough, and I soldered and heat-shrinked the wire that I cut by accident. So yeah, that's pretty much how I fixed this problem. Yeah, maybe do this with caution. So the first thing we got to do is fix this NVMe and make sure it's properly mounted. Pop in a new CMOS battery, as that's always a good idea. Remount the heat sinks, make sure there's proper contact, and throw that giant internet loves, the giant old X. We're actually going to throw the cooler on right away. This is going to be a pretty quick rebuild. not too Alright, it's not even Halloween yet, and we're getting spooky vibes up in here. I don't know what's up with this, but that clip just clips itself on its own. It's pretty funny, but also like really weird at the same time. I just noticed it when I was editing, so I figured I'd share. Back to the content.
Alright, so normally I use this Makita to drill things together, and everyone's been mad at me, saying stop using that. Oh god. I'm gonna be using this nice little Husky screwdriver that I found in my drawer. Alright guys, so I'm going to do something a little bit not usual in a scenario like this. Typically, I would have those as intakes and those as exhaust, but in this situation, because this is a low power system, it's only an i5, we're only going to be using an old RX 580, I think I'm going to actually have the fans facing like this, and I'll put a couple of these old black Cooler Master fans down here as intakes. That way we can really focus on the looks of the build, and I don't know, I hate to see these nice looking infinity fans with the, you know, the mirror part facing the wrong way.
I'll actually link these fans down below. They're pretty decent for how much they cost. It's 30 bucks for a 6-pack, so can't really go wrong there. This power supply is looking all shiny, popping in all the cables. This is a really simple build, guys. Throwing in the GPU, and of course, we gotta do some cable management, which is everyone's least or favorite part. I actually kind of like doing cable management.
Alright guys, time to see if this thing will actually turn on. By the way, my dad gave me this Apple Cinema monitor, so a little bit better. It's in 1440p older screen, a little scratch in the corner, but yeah, let's see if this even powers up. Turned off and on. Let's see if we get a post, and then I'll show you guys some B-roll. Alright, looks like the pump is working properly. We got 26C, we got the 10600KF, and we got 32 gigs of DDR4. I didn't even know it was 32 gigs in there. So yeah, let's check out the finished product. So that pretty much wraps it up for one of the most disgusting PCs I've ever witnessed. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. If you've seen something even grosser, this is by far the grossest I've seen. It's not like the level of dust, but it was the level of absolute filth everywhere from the cigarette smoke. Now it's time to install Windows and get this back to the customer. That's it for the video, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.